Welcome back to Hyrule Tours. In this series, we take an in-depth look at a specific area in Hyrule. Today, I am fortunate enough to be joined by the one and only Hyrule Gamer. Say hello.
Hello everyone, I'm Hyrule Gamer, and I've been looking forward to this for a while. I can't wait to assist Captain Bergeson on touring Hyrule.
And with that, let's jump into today's tourist destination, the Akkala region. Akkala is so densely packed with important areas and landmarks, and it's honestly one of my absolute favorite areas in the game. Like the area visited in our last episode, Satori Mountain, this is also a completely unique area to Breath of the Wild that had not appeared in any prior Zelda games. It sits nestled north of Zora's Domain and directly east of Death Mountain. In most Zelda games prior to Breath of the Wild, Death Mountain would sit right at the map's border, so it's nice to finally be able to venture beyond and see what lies farther out from central Hyrule. The tower aside, don't worry, we'll come back to this. The first area one is most likely to visit in Akkala is probably either trails along the southern border, passing over the trio of Sokala bridges and Kippura Pass, where they will find waterfalls, the Da Hesho Shrine, and a great fairy fountain. These cliffs that border the south side of Akkala offer wonderful views of the entire province. Or they may travel through the Tauren Wetlands, Canalet Ridge, and the Shadow Pass. The wetlands hug the west side of Lake Akkala and are one of the best areas in the region for gathering resources. This area contains a slew of great ingredients such as radishes, hardy truffles, and amaranth. Scattered across this area is a legion of guardians that once tormented the area. Now only a handful remain active, but the abundance of guardian parts that you can find here will come in handy for the next important landmark.
The Akkala Ancient Tech Lab. Robbie, an older Sheikah scientist, runs this lab with his wife Jaren. The tools of his research accumulate outside in the form of piles of deconstructed guardians. Here is a great place to stock up on ancient arrows and other crafted weapons, as well as purchase the ancient soldier's armor set. Treading back south for a moment, if we take a look dead center at Lake Akkala, an outcropping of land stands high above the water and holds one of the game's most memorable side quests. Tarrey Town is a new beginning for the people of Hyrule, and the quest to get building this settlement from the ground up, titled From the Ground Up, is not just one of the best in the game, but in the series as a whole. I think what really punctuates how great Tarrey Town is how unique it is from other settlements in Hyrule. The population, whilst most of their names end in the suffix son, all come from different races, different places, and different walks of life. A contractor, a miner whose brother works as a merchant, a seamstress who also works as a merchant, a priest, a merchant. Okay, there's a lot of shops here. But that is also one of the best parts of Tarrey Town, so this is definitely not a complaint.
We would be absolutely remiss if we didn't talk about this region's tower and where it is found. The Akkala Tower rises from the top of the Akkala Citadel. The Citadel is one of those locations in-game with such a rich, implicit history built into the very structure itself. We're told that this was a stronghold where soldiers of Hyrule took their last stand, and we're told that it was meant to be an impenetrable fortress, yet was still overrun by guardians against all odds. But beyond just being told that, the toll of this conflict is visible in every corner of this structure. Eroding stone and visible damage to the building is apparent at every turn, and the structure is patrolled by flying guardians. All of this tension accumulates at the top of the citadel, where we find a leveled building overtaken by pools of pure malice. Ascending this tower is one of the game's most memorable moments, and coming out victorious is a genuine treat.
There's so much to find in the Akkala region that we haven't even scratched the surface of. Unique areas such as Skull Lake, where we find Kilton, Tumlia Heights, where a natural source of blue flames, vibrant and powerful energy, sits openly. The Lomai Labyrinth Island just off the coast of Hyrule. The vortex-shaped Wrist Peninsula, a string of islands off the east coast which are littered with ore deposits. Let's also not forget, for those looking for a challenge, the Stalnox that can be found in the East Akkala Plains, and free Linos that can be fought back to back in North Akkala Valley, Rock Woods, and the Akkala Wilds. The last area we should touch on is the Orderok Quarry, and its adjacent landmark, the Spring of Power. The discussion for lore opens up massively with this location, which is nearly a one-to-one replica of the spring found in Skyward Sword.
The Akkala region is such a robust province in Breath of the Wild. It's one of our favorites, and we have only touched the surface. Like before, the last thing I want to leave you with is the incredible views and scenery that this area has to offer. Enjoy! Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. I really want to say thank you to Hyrule Gamer for joining me on my first sort of collab video. It's really a pleasure, and if you haven't checked his channel out, please go ahead and do that. It's very good stuff there, very great Zelda content. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and thank you to my lovely patrons. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much. Bye for now.